Medical students, residents, and fellows are uniquely vulnerable at their workplace. You are literally at the mercy of the people you work with to advance your career, your education, and ultimately get a job. The other thing that's crazy, when people are mean to med students, it's like you're literally paying to be there. I remember this one time, stuff was happening, whatever, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm sorry, da da da. And somebody in the room was like, you know what? Besides the patient, you're the only one paying to be here. The rest of us are getting paid, so don't ever apologize. Let that stick with you. And then in residency, you're making minimum wage. You have a huge amount of debt, statistically. I know I did. And you're stuck there. It's not like you can just switch residency programs like willy-nilly if you don't like your attendings or you feel like they're not respecting you. The other thing is that you're going to be there for a while. And so my advice to you would be to kind of like lay low those first few years, especially in residency as you're getting to know your attendings. There's two different approaches that I took as a resident when I felt like I was being treated with disrespect or in an unfair way. One was to put on my metaphorical raincoat, and whenever they would be mean to me, I would just let those raindrops hit my raincoat and I would watch them roll off. And I would not let that rain get to me. I would not even let it touch my skin. I would cinch up my raincoat. The other way to deal with it would be to address it in a polite and respectful manner. And I remember there was one attending that was not very friendly with me for a while. But after I got to know him, I could see that maybe if I stood up for myself a little bit, he would become more respectful long term. So that's what I did. On the other token, there wasn't a different attending that I trained with. And after I kind of saw how he treated other people and got a feel for him, whenever he said things that were upsetting to me, I didn't address it because I could tell that if I said something like that, it would only make matters worse. So for one person, I would use my raincoat, and for the other person, I would kind of speak up to myself. So I think you have to have the emotional intelligence to be able to assess the situation and decide who you should address and maybe who it's just not worth your time.